Well, hello, and welcome back to the wrong view. Let's switch to the right view. Well, hello, and welcome back to, you guessed it, the tower. It is tournament day, and I actually don't even have the other live stream set up correctly. So you might have thought that I forgot to stream the tournament, but I didn't forget. I just, I don't know. These things happen, I guess. I guess every day is not going to be a perfect day. Honestly, I don't know what's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me. But that's a problem for me. Hey, Muhammad, how you doing? Hey, Fuzzy, how you doing? Hey, Sar, how you doing? No, not my crippling bonitis disease. I hope I didn't forget to get a cure for my bonitis. Hey, Gail, how you doing? That's why I made the title what it did, Gail. I knew it. Hey, Snake, how you doing? I figured everybody would be like, uh-oh, did he forget the tournament? And the answer is no, I did not. I just was a slug today. So I was exhausted, like physically exhausted. And when you're physically exhausted, you do things you shouldn't do. And that's what happened to me. There we go. So I almost have everything ready and we can get started. We can go ahead and get started with Little Tower. He's not going to be doing much. Let's get Little Tower started. I just need to buy skips on him. Your Echo got it? Hey, Double, how you doing? I mean, Helix, how you doing? Let's see. I don't even have a good answer for why I am the way I am. Hey, Glenn, how you doing? Oh, really? Well, whoops, I'm already doing that wrong. Alright, we're gonna go get some orb speed after this. We'll have a little fun. We'll pick up some orb speed. Alright, I'm not set up yet. Hold on, got distracted. I saw Fost, he messaged me, and I just read his messages now because I basically went to bed and just went to bed and slept. And for some reason, I haven't really felt like doing anything, and I don't know. I think I just was tired because I didn't sleep too well. I'm not really doing a great job of managing even my stream right now. Okay. We're doing our best. Sometimes your best isn't good enough. That's okay. Honestly, I think part of the fact is I just woke up like an hour or two ago, and then I was like, good God. Which, and And honestly, it's entirely, like, I don't know if anybody else has it. Does anybody else have this problem? Where you get, like, tired? And when you're tired, like, you should go to bed. But you're like, I need to finish this thing before I go to bed. Right? So you're trying to finish this thing. But you're tired, so it takes longer. And it's more easy for you to get distracted. And so you end up spending, like, way too long trying to do this thing. While you're tired. And then you're up even later than you should be. And you can blame it all on one thing. Like, am I the only person that happens to? Because it happens to me, like... it happens to me more often than I want to admit. For me, specifically, we're talking last night, Sar. Give me a second, Gail. I'm trying to get everything set up. I just got everything set up. Because, like, my brain is obviously, with all these gems sitting here, my brain has turned to salami. Last night, the thing was, I needed to make the video on the tower. And I got distracted watching other things on YouTube. Specifically, no, I did not hear about the general strike. You can do it, Seba. And hey, Seba, how you doing? And I said hi to Glenn. I said hi to Helix. So, hey, Nick, how you doing? No, I actually don't. I have Minecraft. I bought it a long time ago. I couldn't get into it. Which I know probably sounds like sacrilege. So you specifically wonder what happened. And the specific example that happened last night is I knew I had to make the video for the tower. Okay? And I also didn't have to make a video for Idle Kingdom Defense. I did have to record it, but I didn't have to produce it. And then I had gotten distracted by watching videos of Resident Evil. Oh, congrats, Seba, on your SF Mythic. Hopefully, you'll be able to get those rolls pretty easily. And then, for whatever reason, I got this wild hair up my ass. Because I started remembering as a kid, when I played this game called Resident Evil. And I was like, I don't know about... I guess I'm a little congested today. Oh, well, nice, Seba. I hope you get it. And I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times when I want to remember a game, I find it easier to watch somebody else play it than go, like, get the game out. I don't know if that's just, like, a me problem. It might be a me problem. But I just find it easier to just, like, find the thing on YouTube and watch somebody else play it, you know, because I can pause it. Anyways, for whatever reason, I got distracted with Resident Evil. Because I was like, man, I remember how hard this game was and scary this game was. And, well, let me tell you something. The graphics that were scary as a kid are not really scary as an adult. I don't know if that's just, like, how time works. You know, like, it was, like, amazing, like, the most amazing thing I saw as a kid. But now as a... Excuse me. Jeez, what's wrong with me today? My goodness. I can't even talk. Am I getting sick? Hope I'm not getting sick. It should be illegal for me to get sick. Anyways. Oh. Sorry, Gail. Hold on. Let me do this for Gail, and then I can go back to my story. 286 quintillion. 71 trillion. Tower 3 is 36 billion. Tower 4 is 35 billion. We'll round up for him. Tower 5, Sar's favorite tower, is 32 billion. And Tower 6 here is 41 billion. Tower 6 is really popping off. Because Tower 6 has all the right ultimate weapons, so, you know. I think it's just more that, like the best thing I ever saw was, I don't know if you remember the animated music thing. There was that animated music thing, I can't think of the name of it, like Anim Music or something like that, that was made. And if you go into the comments of that, like, obviously it looks super CGI now. It was like, I think a demo AMD made. But if you look at the comments on it, some people will say, man, who thought this was real as a kid? And I feel like that's a lot of things, because, like, the technology, when you first see it, is so new, it looks real. And now we've seen, like, way better stuff, obviously, because technology didn't just stop technologying. And so now, when we look at this stuff, it's like, oh, well, I've seen just way better than that. Oh, hey, the Death Defy mission is back. How about that? I assume at least that's what it is. Like, we just get, like, we just experience things. And it's like, oh, well, I've experienced so many other things that this isn't really that scary anymore. Yeah, I played the first one, and I played the first one and the second one. And see, I didn't understand, Glenn, why I didn't like the game. And as an adult, I can better articulate why I didn't like the game. It's because Resident Evil gives me the opposite feeling that I want to play when I feel a video game. The feeling that I want to feel when I play a video game is I want to feel powerful, because in my real life, I'm not powerful, right? So, like, in the fantasy, I want to be powerful. That's the feeling I want to have, right? Oh, I forgot to set this up. Let me finish setting up my tower. Give me 2 seconds. I always forget I have to do this. Okay, now we're set up. What games like Resident Evil do is they make you feel powerless. And yeah, I saw your thing, Fuzzy. Like, Fuzzy, I really appreciate the recommendation of your Minecraft mod pack. Really do appreciate it, but, like, I'll get to it at some point. I don't want to, like, promise something and then not get to it. Hey, New, how you doing? So I'm playing, like, the classic first Resident Evil, and I can't, like, as a kid, I didn't understand why I didn't like the game, right? And as an adult, I understand why I didn't like the game, because, like, you don't get more powerful in Resident Evil. You get less powerful as the game goes on, and you basically hope you have a scrapping chance at the end, right? So anyways, out of curiosity, right, I was like, oh, let's watch a, you know, what I like to do when I want to re-experience a game without playing it, because, like, playing the game's like a hassle, and I know I'm not going to enjoy, like, it's sort of weird that I enjoy watching games I used to play. And I appreciate, I do appreciate it, Fuzzy. It's just, I don't know. I know I'm going in, I know I'm in a mood. I think I'm having a hangover from the thing that happened. At least it feels like I'm having a hangover from that. And anyway, so, like, I'm playing Resident Evil as a kid. And I didn't enjoy the game. Like, doing the puzzles was fun in the game. Okay, Fuzzy. I think you posted it. You posted it in the general channel, right? And I did play Minecraft, like, a really long time ago. And I don't know, it just didn't do anything for me. But obviously I haven't played with the mod pack, so. It was a fun, don't get me wrong, it was Minecraft, playing Minecraft fun, yes. But at the time, I was playing, like, World of Warcraft, and I'm like, I think I'd rather play World of Warcraft. Hey, AK, how you doing? But I was really addicted to World of Warcraft. And I also didn't like certain things about Minecraft because, like, when I was playing it, I'm like, wait a second. So I can get... This is when they only had diamonds. The zombie on the ceiling? Wait, what was on the ceiling? Congrats, AK! Yeah, new things are just only gonna get crazier. Gale, it's fine if he mentions it later. Like, I'm not holding him. I'm not gonna nail him to a cross for it. It's fine. Gale, you bring up the same things all the time, and I just answer them. I don't remember the hallway zombie on the ceiling. Are you sure you're not talking about Resident Evil 2, where it was a licker, and the lickers walked on the ceiling, and then they dropped down? Because I remember the liquor being on the ceiling, and then it dropped down, and it was like the zombie with the tongue. Honestly, I hate Resident Evil 2 for the one thing that got me. The one... Nick, I mean Minecraft... Okay, so like, Nick, when I'm talking Minecraft I played it back in, I want to say, 2012 or 2014. Gale, it's just an expression. Oh. Uh-oh, gems. I forgot my gems. This is why it's so hard to do anything. So many things happen. Oh, okay, Gale. Sorry I missed the Gale as being dramatic. Now I lost my train of thought. Oh no, the part I hated in Resident Evil 2 was there's a room, right? There's two rooms right next to each other. In Resident Evil 2, you're in a police station, right? So it's clearly an interrogation room. So one side is the suspect's room, and on the other side is the, where the police officers sit to watch the suspect, right? And so you go into the side where the police officers would stay. And you go into that room, and you walk in, and there's nothing there. I think there's maybe like some bullets or something you can get. And then you go into the next room, and you walk into the next room, and like you walk in a little bit, and then all of a sudden a licker breaks through the window, and I'm like, this is BS. I was just in that room, there was no licker in that room. How did a licker get in that room to break through the window here? Detective Zaerdin. Do-do-do-do. Detective Zaerdin. Do-do-do-do. Do-do. I don't know what show I would be on. But anyways, for whatever reason, I had a wild hair crawl up my ass about Resident Evil. And and for whatever reason, I was watching a speed run of Resident Evil. And I don't know if you remember, like, the original Resident Evil, you got a rocket launcher if you were able to beat the game in under 3 hours. So, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. Yeah, Zaerdin Plus is also a detective, by the way. We couldn't do it. Like, my friend and I, we were trying to do it, and we couldn't do it, right? I didn't know why we couldn't do it. You're right, Gale. I probably do swear too much. Well, you know what, Gale? We could always censor the swearing and make it, like... Excuse me. Yeah, the rocket launcher. So in the first Resident Evil, Glenn, if you beat the game in under 3 hours... It gave you a special save, and in the special save, there was actually, you beat the game, you got a special save no matter what. Thank you, Glenn. There's two special versions of the game. Sorry about that sneeze. I didn't even get to mute my microphone. It came on so sudden. I hope I'm not getting sick. I hope this isn't a pretext that I'm getting sick, because I don't need to be sick right now. Alright, well, I already lost, okay, well, you don't have, oh, right, they don't have demon mode, so I can't lose. I changed their cards. Alright, well, you can just go back and farm tier 1. We'll deal with you later. Oh man, that was gross. Hold on. In a second. Almost back. Oh no, 3 of them died. I'll explain when I get back what happened. Sorry guys, that was gross. Ugh. Oh crap, it's Saturday. Oh, well, everybody's dead. Oh, shoot. Well, everybody died except Little Tower. Little Tower lives forever. Alright, so here's what happened. I sneezed. I didn't realize it was a wet sneeze. I had to go clean up from the wet sneeze because it was gross. Then I had to go to the bathroom. I don't know why, but I had to go to the bathroom. Then I wanted to get something to drink. Then I went to get something to drink. Yeah, apparently a Parasite came out. So we got third. That's cool. I was going for second, but I'll settle for third, I guess. Third's actually really good. I'm really happy with that. Especially since I kind of went AFK and kind of missed everything. Alright, hold on. Let me get me... I did sneeze really hard. Let me just get this set back. I really wish we had something for this. Okay. Almost done. Alright. I just want to get back farming because I need to farm. I actually made a record. A farming record right before this stream. Here it is, 320. I'll have to post this later. Wave 6,000, 1.5 quintillion, 320 quadrillion per hour. This is like a new record for me. Oh, wait, I don't want to delete you. I'll go ahead and copy this. So anyways, that happened. I'm doing the tracking thing real quick. So anyways, then I wanted to get a drink of water, right? I go to get a drink of water, and guess what's going on in my fridge? So I'll tell you guys, I like to keep my fridge extremely cold. I like my water extremely cold. Like basically 1 degree Fahrenheit above freezing. I want my water to be as cold as possible. I don't know why that is, to be honest with you, but that's how I like it. CSF. Oh, no, no, no. So, anyways, I apparently set it too cold, and my water thing was frozen. So I had to bring that out, put it in the sink. Then my other one was empty, so I had to bring that one out. Well, actually, I brought the other one out, and I decided to fill it up. I filled it up, put it back in, brought the other one out, set it in the sink so I could let it melt, because basically it froze the little spigot that lets the water out. And so I have to let it defrost. If I let it defrost on the counter, I get a puddle on the counter, so I have to do it in the sink. Hey, Maria, how you doing? Yes, as cold as ice, but not frozen. By the way, I'm posting this run in the channel. Oh, that's not good. Almost. I still need more cells. We're getting there, though. Anyways, that's why I had to step away for so long. Like, something easy turned into something complicated. My hair is black, Gail. It actually kind of depends. If I grow it out and the sun gets to it, it goes brown. But if I keep it short, it's black. Maria made it! I'm so happy to see you, Maria. I'm sorry I ruined our weekend together. Have you updated any of your add-ons, Maria, for World of Warcraft? What did I do? Well, Fuzzy, what I did was, again, this goes back to last night. I stayed up super late last night. Yes, Gail, you can tell me anything. Oh, I'm sorry, Gail, I missed it. My hair is very short right now. I just cut my hair, so I cut it. When I cut my hair, I cut it with a number 0. So my hair is extremely short right now. And yes, Gail, you can tell me anything, Gail. And so, anyways, so this is how I ruin things. What I should have done yesterday is when I finished work, I should have made the video on the tower. I should have made the video on Idle Kingdom defense. I should have recorded and then made the videos, right? And then I should have made all the videos for Idle Kingdom defense. And then I should have done this other thing I should have done. And then I should have gotten all that done and gone to bed, right? And if I did that correctly, I should have gone to bed. Why did he reset Idle Slayer? Why would you do that? And if I did all that correctly, I would have gotten up before, like, I think I woke up at like 4:45 today. Instead, I didn't do that, and I was watching videos on YouTube, and I don't know if sometimes you guys just get YouTube hold like I do. I got YouTube hold watching like I was talking about, my Resident Evil videos. So, like, again, when I watch video, like, sometimes I want to watch, I don't want to play the game, I want to watch somebody else play the game. I bet he regrets it, Gail. But that's content, Gail. He reset, it's content. I'm not resetting, I'm not insane. I mean, also, there's no reason to reset, because you could just make a second account if you really wanted to. I don't know how you make a second account. I can barely keep up with one account. Okay, I have to go kill the wasp. I'm gonna go kill the wasp real quick. In the jungle, the mighty jungle. Oh, I forgot to put my armor on. Yeah, Cthulhu's the only one that... I said it wrong, it's Cthulhu. Cthulhu is the only one that's still in it, Maria. Everybody else has finished the tournament. And to be fair, like, this was a heartbreaker, being this close to second. This is kind of a heartbreaker. I've seen it, I don't know how to feel about it, Fuzzy. Okay, we need a boost, we need that. Okay, we can just let this do its thing. Just smash the keys in Idle Slayer, that's all we need to do. Alright. Gale, not at this time. Maybe, I'm not gonna rule out, like... Gale, the thing is, I don't feel like Idle Slayer has... Wait, you were playing Hightail today, Maria? Wait, Maria, did you do your stream with your new gear today? Did I miss the new gear today? Yeah, but did you, you bought the game. Really, did it come out today, Maria? Did you make sure to wear your body tracking to the bathroom? that's too bad, Maria. Wait a second. Out of bounds. Wait, the camera has to see it? So her bathroom, they could see her bathroom? If you guys don't know what we're talking about, somebody bought some new body tracking software and had to go to the bathroom. And the body tracking was so good, it tracked her even though she was in the bathroom. Oh, okay. I didn't know it used a camera. Dude, that was wild, Glenn, to see that, because literally you see everything. It doesn't track what comes out, but it tracks where your hands are, Fuzzy. So it's very obvious you could see her you know. I thought I said, Gail, that I would not make a second encounter in Idol Slayer at this time. And to further my point, Gail, I don't think Idol Slayer supports 2 accounts at the same time. Like, I don't know how people do that. Because I don't believe I can even, like, go into, like, the settings and, like, have 2 accounts. I know you can go into the settings and change accounts. But I don't think you, can actually have it where... like, if they added support for multiple accounts where I could just switch account scale with one button, I might consider it. But I don't want to go through trying to manage logging in and out of 2 separate Idol Slayer accounts. It's too much, man. That's too much, man. That's too much. It would be interesting to see how wrong I was about the game, though. I do know that that's interesting. Yeah, so like, anyway, she was wearing the body tracking software, and you literally saw her, like, little model, like, walk away from, like, the frame. Well, 6 towers is easy, because I can instance them. I do need to actually play Idol Slayer on the mobile app to get some achievements that I don't have. I need to do that. I probably should do that soon, because I'm missing, like, 4 achievements I could get. But anyways, you literally could watch her walk out of the frame. Do. Then she squats. Like, it's like the perfect 90-degree squat. Like, she has, like, abs of steel. Oh, actually, wait, before that, you watch her hands do things that you can assume what they are because you know she's going to the bathroom. Then you watch her squat down, and, like, it's a perfect 90. And she gets back up. And you know what the kicker is, guys? The most disgusting part of all this is she didn't wash her hands. and she tweets and she goes, to save water, I wash my hands every 3rd time. Instead of just, like, I don't even know how you come up with this crap. Like, you know, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Are there times when sometimes I'm in a rush and I don't wash my hands even though I know I should? I'll be honest, it happens. I'm sure it happens to all of us. And if you're going to say, no, Zaerdin, I always wash my hands, I am going to call you a liar, because I'm sure at some point you have not washed your hands. It just happens. It's a human thing, right? But instead of just being, like, human about it and being like, well, I had the body tracking software on and it was kind of messy and I didn't want to do it, take it off, and, you know, I assume it has to be on your hands or something like that, right? Instead of that, she makes up an excuse. It's like, yeah, I only wash my hands 1 out of 3 times. Like, honestly, sometimes I will leave the bathroom and not wash my hands and be like, this is gross. And I literally walk back into the bathroom and wash my hands, ashamed of myself. I mean, Gail, people reset things because they punish themselves. I mean, my biggest thing with resetting Idol Slayer is because the armory is non-deterministic. I wouldn't want to do it. But anyways, that's what happened. And, like, I'm guilty of it too. So, like, I wouldn't judge if she was like, look, I was streaming, I was in a rush. Like, obviously, like, it's harder for girls than guys. Like, I think we all know this. I wouldn't, but to come out and say, like, oh no, I only wash my hands 1 out of 3 times. I have like a tracker in my bathroom that counts the number of times the door opens and closes. And on the 3rd time, it beeps at me so I know to wash my hands. Like, how do you come up with these lies? Like anybody's actually tracking how long it's been since they washed their hands in the bathroom. Like, come on, just own up that you're like, I was streaming, I was in a rush, I want to get back to the stream. Like, I don't understand why it's so hard to be honest about being human and fallible, right? Like, I think everybody could have understood, like, that she was like, oh, I was just trying to rush back to the stream because I was streaming. You know, I think everybody would have understood the pressure, right? Oh, yeah, it was a great marketing video, but I mean, even for her, really. She could have just been more human about it, is what I'm saying. Like, to me, I would just be like, yep, you caught me. I should have washed my hands and I didn't. But anyways, the whole Resident Evil rabbit hole I went down last night is why I didn't go to bed early, didn't make my videos like I should have. Then I was up too late, and then I started watching, and then I just didn't, like, I don't know what happens. Like, I don't know if anybody else experiences this. Like, it seems like there's, like, a twilight. Twilight's probably the wrong word, but... Hey, Ned, how you doing? But it seems like there's, like, a twilight, right? And during this twilight, I can fall asleep and go to sleep and sleep pretty well. If I stay up past this twilight, which I feel like is about an hour to 2 hours, then it's just like harder for, like, I lose the motivation to sleep and I stay up later than I should have. I can totally understand if she was like streaming. I mean, obviously she was streaming and she was like, I need to get back to the stream. I've been there, right? Yeah, that happened. So that happened to me last night. And that's why I didn't do anything with Maria. And that's how I ruined our weekend. And it's all because I got curious about Resident Evil. And I never even finished the thing about Resident Evil I was trying to say to you guys. Which was, as a kid, we had such a hard time with the game. That is a... Yeah. I don't... Hold on, I'm doing a bonus stage in Idol Slayer now. I'm almost done. It's just ridiculous. I want to finish my Resident Evil story, because it's very important. Also, that game terrified me as a kid. My friend, I bought the game and my friend beat it before I did. I basically let him borrow it. Well, I try to at least act like I'm 18, Fuzzy. But anyways, so the 2 videos I watched one was a speedrun playthrough where they just dodge all the zombies, right? Because like the fastest way... You know, the thing was, Glenn, it's not that I couldn't sleep. It wasn't like I stayed up that I was afraid. I remember specifically, I would have dreams that I was in Raccoon City and that there was a zombie attack. And it was just horrifying to me to have dreams like this. As a kid, I used to be like, I can only play this game up until 6 or 7 p.m. because I wanted to cleanse, like, and again, I'm like 8, maybe 8 or 7 when I'm doing this. And I'm like, because I wanted to cleanse my mind so that yes, 6-7, Gail, you got me. because I wanted to cleanse, like, have that time before I think I went to bed at like 9 o'clock or something like that. I wanted to have those 3 hours so I wasn't thinking about the game before bed. I wanted to, like, cleanse my mind of it. And anyways, so, like, I loaned the game to one of my friends. He was playing it. And he actually beat it before I did. This is one of the few games where I didn't, like, just, like, ultra consume it and beat it. I don't know anything about that, Fuzzy. Well, Glenn, now that I'm older, I understand why I didn't like the game as a kid. Because the game's about, like, scarcity and not being powerful and being afraid. If I want to play it, if I want to feel those feelings, Gale. Sorry, Glenn. If I want to feel those feelings, Glenn, I can just go be in the real world where I'm powerless and impotent and everything else, you know? And yes, I said impotent. The other kind of impotent. Where you don't have any power in life. Like, if I wanted to feel those feelings, that's what my entire... Especially as a kid. As a kid, you don't get to make any decisions for yourself. You get to just do what you're told, and that's it. You have no autonomy over your life at all. So, of course, anything that gives you the illusion of any autonomy is going to be fun. Gale, it's not. You need at least 20 Slayer points before your first ascension. I don't know, Fuzzy. I know Magnetic Hook is not considered that good. I don't think it does. But anyways, to try to get back to the thing I've been trying to get to, which I guess is really not that interesting because I keep getting sidetracked, right? How did Idol Slayer reduce your first ascension, Gale? You can ascend an Idol Slayer whenever you want. You can just keep going to get to 20 points. Anyways, about the rocket launch. So my friend saw the rocket launcher. He was like, oh my god, you have to see this. This is awesome. How did they update Ascension, Gale? It doesn't work that way. See, now Gale's trying to bait me into making a second account in Idol Slayer to prove Gale wrong because she's wrong about this. And this is a no-win scenario. I see the bait, Gale. Anyways, so I'm watching a video about a speed run of Idol Slayer. People lie to me, Fuzzy. I watch the first one I watch is like just the straight up speed run. Because when I want to enjoy a game again, I usually watch a speedrun version of the game just so I can kind of experience all the beats. Gale, no they didn't, because your first ascension is based on how many Slayer points you want to farm. So, whoever the heck did this, Mr. Pear, he just did it wrong. He could have gone to 20. There's not like a cap on Slayer points. Anyways, back to my Resident Evil story. So again, to get the rocket launcher, you have to beat the game in under 3 hours. This was at the end of summer, and one of my friends had beaten the game at under 3 hours. But he was going away for vacation, so we couldn't get the save from him to play the game with the rocket launcher. And anyway, so I watched there's two speed runs. There's a speed run that this guy did, which is basically a normal speed run. In a normal speed run of Resident Evil, you basically skip you don't kill like any of the monsters. You run past everything. Because it's just like I forgot how much longer it takes to kill things. I will take a look at Mr. Pear's Idol Slayer. You do understand, Gale, that there's a possibility, right, that Mr. Pear is just wrong. That he did it wrong intentionally to make me watch his video. Actually, that's okay, Maria. They're allowed to hug. He's fine. He's very sturdy. Hey, Cuxon, how you doing? So everybody crashed out already, Cuxon. I got third. I was hoping for second. I got third. I lost to this guy. Oh, hey, little junior. Is it armored? It has to be armored. Yeah, they're armored, that's why. Yeah, Gale, you can do it at 20. You have a choice. I mean, Gale, it doesn't really matter because as long as you get the first node, which is, I don't remember what it is, as long as you get the one where you have the soul flask and whatever, you can ascend whenever you want. Anyways, back to my Resident Evil story. How do I keep getting so, like, do you guys just not want to hear my story? Like, should I just give up telling them? Because I guess I can give up telling. I love you, Mother Paws. Maybe I should just give up on the story. I think I'm just going to give up. But that's what I got distracted with, just so you know. Alright, I'm going to try to tell the story again. Again, to get the infinite rocket launcher, you have to beat the game in under 3 hours. So again, I watched the regular speed run. Yeah, that's a great question. Is there going to be a rocket launcher? It can go with the vacuum. And, like, the speed run of avoiding all the enemies is, it takes about, 45 minutes. 45 to 50 minutes. Yeah, it is the Death Defy mission, guys. We have to Death Defy. It is, yeah. Yep. It's Death Defy time. Did I not Death Defy in the tournament? I guess I didn't Death Defy because oh my god, oh my god, that's why I lost. I got one Death Defy, guys. That's it. That's why I lost. This game is just straight RNG, guys. Ugh. If you know anything about me, especially me as a kid, I didn't skip monsters. In any game I play, I would kill all the monsters. Because I thought it was my job as the adventurer to rid the screen of monsters. In any game I played. In Zelda. Like, I feel like this habit it started in The Legend of Zelda. So, there was a parallel run. Alright, we got a rocket. Well, we got it. No, it was just like when I played Minecraft, Fuzzy, it was the gameplay loop, and I didn't say I hated it. I just didn't like it, right? I didn't like the gameplay loop of, my goal is to mine diamonds. However, the diamond gear I make has durability. I can't, at the time, I can't repair the gear, and thus, my diamond, it needs to mine more diamonds to have diamonds. Yes, it does cap at 40%. I'm at 36%. So, Fuzzy, my problem was that, like, the end game loop is mining for diamonds, to make new diamond pickaxes, so you can mine for more diamonds, to make more diamond pickaxes, to mine for more diamonds, because your diamond pickaxes break. And like when I looked at that, I'm like, I don't like this gameplay loop. Like, why does my gear get destroyed? And then it wasn't like I was swimming in diamonds at any point in the game. Like you know, why you know, like that gameplay loop didn't make a lot of sense to me, and that's why I didn't like it. And my friend was super into Minecraft. To me, it wasn't the lack of purpose. That wasn't the problem I had. My problem specifically was with the durability mechanic. I didn't like the durability mechanic. Because that meant even if I made like a full best set of gear, right? I would feel like I couldn't use the gear unless I was using the gear to look for more diamonds, right? Yeah, I haven't played, like I said, Cuxon, I said earlier, I played this, I want to say, this was, there was no mending, this is way back, and I forget, I want to say they had something, or I read about something, where there was some kind of mechanic. I don't remember what it was, but there was basically no mechanic to repair your gear. And I just like, just the fact that you had to, there was no ability to repair your gear, like I didn't like that. Hey Faust, how you doing? Little Tower doesn't do so well with armored. Oh, I hope you have a nice trip, Faust. I remember there was some kind of thing, it was like, I don't remember exactly, Cuxon, if it was like when you crafted the item, you had a chance to get like extra durability or something like that. I don't remember. Oh, well, good luck on your ice skating race. Are you taking a train? And to be fair, like, I was playing it with a friend, and it was, she absolutely loved Minecraft. Oh, okay, at least you can sleep on the train, right? She absolutely, unapologetically loved Minecraft because she was like, it has infinite content, why don't you like it? And I'm like, I'd rather play World of Warcraft. And again, you gotta realize I was a big World of Warcraft head back then, so, like, playing other games was kind of like illegal. But that's all. That was the only reason I didn't like Minecraft, because like when I looked at the gameplay loop of getting a diamond pickaxe to mine more diamonds, to make more diamond pickaxes so I could mine more diamonds. Yeah, don't you enchant to a book, Faust, and then if you get the good enchant, you put the book on your item now? Oh, villager trading. No, I know exactly why it took off, Fuzzy. It took off because people like number one, Fuzzy, is the game is free. Not free, sorry. That's not the, sorry. The game is cheap, right? So for kids, like, imagine you're a kid. You don't have a lot of options for quote-unquote unlimited entertainment. And basically, Minecraft is basically cheap, right? And not only that, compared to almost any other game out there, Minecraft gives you a bunch of things that like no other game ever did, as far as I know at the time. It gave you the ability to play online on servers for free. It gave you... Yeah, it also had infinite free updates because they kept updating the game because it kept selling. And it gave you a new game every time you played it. And I feel like there weren't a lot of games that gave you that kind of sandbox content at that time. I can't think of anything like Minecraft when Minecraft came out. I can't think of any game that did that. Because it was basically... it was like the first, as far as I know, survival crafting game. I doubt it was the first survival crafting game. I'm sure there were other survival crafting games. Not only that, like a reason a lot of people liked it was because it gave you two separate game modes. And one was the survival mode, so you could actually play it like that. And it also had creative mode where you could just like build stuff. I don't even remember when Minecraft came out. Hey, ARG, or... I'm just gonna call you Winter. AGR. Hey, Winter, how you doing? So, like, I feel like... So, I feel like, Minecraft is just... Especially as a kid, so, like, as a kid, I can remember... Was it that way, Maria? I don't remember. I'm doing good, man. How are you? And, like, for me as a kid, there weren't a lot of games that, like, sure. I probably played, like, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I probably beat that game, like, 10 times, right? But it's the same game. There was no randomizer or something for it. Oh, congrats on champs, man. Like, I played a lot of Diablo 2. And Diablo 2 is the same game, you know, it doesn't change. And I'm not saying that Minecraft does change, because realistically, like, if you're good at Minecraft and you start a new save, you basically are going to kind of gravitate, unless you're, like, really experimental, towards building and surviving kind of the same way. But I feel like Minecraft had a lot more variety. But the biggest thing is, what I really feel like set Minecraft apart was you could play it online with your friends for free. And I think that was, back then, was such a huge thing. That's why it went viral. And not only that, like, the destructible environment, because, like, I don't remember when Minecraft came out, but I feel like a destructible environment was, So it came out in 2011. Assuming that's not like, you know, that was like the end of the alpha or whatever. No, it actually had pre-classic, which was back in 2009. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Winter. I struggle with that on Little Tower. And not only, and I think what Minecraft did, and this is what I think a lot of indie games do, is that I've noticed, like, from playing some of the games that I play. Oh, thank you, Gail. Everybody say happy birthday to Little Tower. It's 26 weeks old. Is that it kept getting updates, and rather than releasing a full game, right? They released updates over time, and I feel like a game that gets a lot of updates that are well received, it like starts building its own hype. And I feel like the constant updates is also what kind of helped Minecraft a lot. And I feel like Minecraft was one of the first, I'm not going to say like the first, but one of the first games that really pioneered doing continual updates to just keep, you know, the interest in the game. And I don't even think it was really they were trying to keep the interest of the game as much as the game was selling so well that it didn't make sense to not make more updates to the game. It's sort of like this. It's sort of like what happened to Terraria. Terraria got into the same problem, right? Terraria is so popular that even when they tried to make that Terraria Otherworld game, they stopped doing it because they couldn't understand why people were still buying Terraria. And so it made more sense for them to keep creating updates for Terraria, the original game, than to make a new game. And which is sort of like the same thing that happened with Minecraft. It's like they didn't make another game, they just kept making Minecraft. But I think Minecraft was one of those games that just really paved the way for it. Maria got Hightail. I don't have Hightail yet. But anyways, back to my Resident Evil story. I'm going to finish this story at some point. Somehow I'm going to finish this story. Anyways, the speed run is 45 minutes for Resident Evil 1 because you skip all the monsters. And then I watched, so the same guy, he did a speed run of the game, and he did a speed run of killing all the monsters, and the speed run of killing all the monsters, it does. I'm sorry, I'm not going to give up on telling this story. I should, but I'm not. And the difference between the two speed runs is the one where you kill. Good night, boss. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great evening, man, and sleep well, man, and happy farming. Oh, man. Good night, man. Appreciate you stopping by. I haven't seen you in a while. So the one where he kills all the monsters, and he literally kills every monster in the game, takes over 3 hours, I would say. I forget, I think it was like 3 hours and something. And that's with him being hyper efficient and killing everything. I didn't realize how much time you spent killing the monsters in that game. And there's a reason. Almost every speed one... I swear I can use the English language. There's a reason that every speed run you see of Resident Evil is in Japanese. I didn't know this either. In the US edition of Resident Evil, they increased the monster's damage by 1.5. It was a clone of Infiniminer. Even Notch said that it was a clone of Infiniminer. Literally, when he started the game, he called it an Infiniminer clone. If you're wondering, I lost my place again. Is he sore about it? I mean, I guess it would suck to see, like, somebody, like, remix your idea, right? And walk away with billions of dollars while you didn't get billions of dollars. But at the same time, like, it's kind of cool you inspired Minecraft. Like, you gotta take your wins when you can get them, you know? Uh-oh, Little Tower's dying. Hold on. Where's my mouse? They're trying to give me the hug of death, Maria. This is a big hug. So anyways, I didn't realize how much time you spent killing the monsters in Resident Evil, because I was a kill all monsters kind of guy, because the game scared me, right? So the way I dealt with being scared was I made sure all the monsters were dead, because if the monsters were dead, they couldn't scare me, okay? I know how bizarre that sounds, but that's how it worked, right? You had the bazooka. Like, I only played the game as Jill, and Jill had the bazooka, which was effectively a grenade launcher. Hey, Zenith, how you doing? This is really difficult. Yeah, it's a lot of hugging. This is all because of Armored. I really don't like Armored. Do bosses not get armored? Is that why the bosses are just dying? I'm assuming they don't get armored. Because otherwise the boss would just have killed me by now. I thought the bosses would have armored, but I guess not. Oh, I have to fix this. But anyways, that's why everybody speedruns the Japanese edition of Resident Evil, because the monsters have 2/3 as much health and do 2/3 as much damage, so it's much easier to kill the monsters and stuff like that when you're speedrunning the game. I didn't realize those... That's what I thought, Glenn, so I don't know how it's dying. Maybe by default you just shoot the boss first, because that would make sense. I don't have targeting priority, so I don't know. I thought it was closest. I guess the boss does become the closest when it's right on top of you. And so the purpose of me explaining that, like, the 1.5 times damage doesn't really matter, because, as long, you know, the game gives you enough healing items. It's just annoying, but the 1.5 times health that everything has is a big problem in a game when you have limited ammo. So anyways... because I missed my friend who had the rocket launcher. It also PRC also reduces the damage that OCs do, which is nice. So anyways, my friend, he had... I'm going to get to the point of my story event. I'm almost there. He had the infinite rocket launcher because he was able to beat the game in 3 hours. So as a kid, I never really understood why people would rush through video games. Like, why would you... Like, to me, it was like, why would you speed run through a video game instead of enjoy playing the video game? You know, like, I never even... Like, I hated speed running. A lot, actually. And there was... Now, granted, my experience with speed running was really... only 2 games with... well, 3 games. There were 3 games. The first game being Super Metroid. In Super Metroid, if you beat the game in under 3 hours, which I have done as an adult, I couldn't do it as a kid. Because, again, I wanted to, number one, kill all the monsters in the room, because why are the monsters there if I'm not supposed to kill them all, right? I thought that was like my goal as a player, was to kill all the monsters in the room. Well, Gail, yell back at your grandson and tell him to shut up. Tell him to shut the hell up. Tell him to shut the front door. You remind him that you're the boss of your grandson. And, So Resident Evil was my second experience with... There you go, Gail. You're the boss of him. So Resident Evil was my second experience, and again, like... I didn't understand... Like, as a kid, I didn't understand, because to me it was like, aren't I supposed to savor this game and enjoy it and, like, take my time? Like, why are we rushing? You know? I didn't really understand that, like, forcing you to rush... I'm glad you were sarcastic, Gale, just like my mother. I didn't understand that, like, forcing you to rush was like a soft form of difficulty because it meant you couldn't just take your time and do everything correctly. Like, that didn't click to me. Because to me, every video game, like, the purpose of playing a video game, like, it didn't matter how much time I took. It mattered that, you know, I got the result I wanted, right? And then the third video game, and this one is the one that pissed me off the most. Well, that's good, Gale. Laughter is important medicine. Unless you need actual medicine, laughter is the best medicine you can have. And this was Final Fantasy IX. I absolutely hate Final Fantasy IX with every fiber of my being for making it so to get Steiner's best weapon, Excalibur 2, you have to rush through the game in under 12 hours, and it's a role-playing game. You're supposed to enjoy the role-playing game and leveling and doing all those things. Why am I rushing through this game to get a weapon at the very end of the game that then it just spoils the entire... Why are you doing this to me, Final Fantasy IX? We are up to Final Fantasy 16, I believe, Gale? Maria is the resident Final Fantasy expert, not me. I believe it's 16, though. And that's not counting, like, the remake of 7 and other things. But anyways, so that's why I didn't like speedrunning, because I was very much a, the game put the monsters here, I'm going to kill the monsters. Why would I not kill the monsters? Why would the monsters be here if I wasn't... Like, I didn't understand that, like, avoiding the monsters is, like, a different kind of difficulty. And again, the game was scary, so to me, to solve the scary thing is you killed all the monsters. Right? So what happened is my friend found a Game Shark code that gave us a rocket launcher with 120... And I promise this whole story has a point. With 120 something shots, and we both looked at each other and we were like, why is it not... Yes, I also loot everything too, Glenn. Like, my stash in Resident Evil was full of all the healing items I could find. Also, that's why Metal Gear Solid, the first game, pissed me off. Is because in Metal Gear Solid, I looted everything, and right before the last boss, SARS here somewhere, Garo. Right before the last boss, I had something like 26 rations, because I looted my rations, I was very careful with my health and all these things, and then... Oh shoot, I didn't pop demon mode. Wait, did you guys see that? I popped demon mode and after I died? Well, damn it. That was bad. Well, at least I'm not getting demoted, maybe. I'm probably not getting demoted. I guess it could be worse. Armored sucks. It is what it is. I feel like, we haven't done much in Tier 9. We're gonna do some Tier 9. So, anyways, my friend and I didn't understand how we only had like 100 and something rockets in our rocket launcher. That usually only has... So, by the way, you're not blocked, Gale. By the way, the rocket launcher usually has only 4 shots in it, okay? It's a quad barrel rocket launcher. And so we have the rocket launcher, and my friend is like, you have to see the rocket launcher. It is so badass. You're going to like the game with the rocket launcher. So we end up, he shows me the end of the game, where basically the end of the game, if you don't know, he just gave you eyeballs, Gale. He just put eyeballs out there, knowing... Gale, I don't know what to tell you. Gale, you're really a lot sometimes, Gale. You know that? Hey, Arctic, how you doing? And, so we use the rocket launcher from the Game Genie which had 100 and something shots. And again, there's only around 90-ish monsters in the entire game, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually is a lot. And with the rocket launcher, okay. Yeah, Arctic. It's a tragedy. It is a tragedy. It is. I really don't want to turn the like. It's just sad what's happening. It's really sad. It's more than sad what's happening out there. I just, I feel like we're bombarded with politics in our everyday lives, and I didn't want to bring it up here, but it is really sad. And I know everything's political, but I wanted to have a happy stream. Oh, no, it's fine, Arctic. I totally fair. I didn't know you lived there. Oh man, that's really tough. I'm sorry all that has happened. I haven't heard about the general strike. I have to look at it, I guess. I don't know what this, it's true. We are actually, Gail, if you see that death ray is going off, you know what? Let's farm it. Let's farm it, actually. I can farm it and make the best of it rather than just run my tournament cards. Like, we're gonna farm it. I'm gonna be honest, like, the news is so depressing, I haven't been following it, Fuzzy, that much, because it's just awful what's going on. Like, I don't even understand, what is going on in the country I live in anymore. I literally feel like I live in two different countries at the same time. And I know that you can't just ignore these things, they don't just go away, but I don't know, it's just been a lot. The reason people are outside is because they're unhappy. They're unhappy with the status quo, they're unhappy with what's happening, they're unhappy with what the government's doing. And the weather's not going to force people inside when they're that unhappy with everything. And again, it might be a situation where it's not. $27. Yeah, I just don't understand any of this, Arctic. I don't. I understand why the people are unhappy. I totally understand that, and I understand that. Why ICE is doing what it's doing, I don't understand. Yes, 27 million, Gil. Sorry, I didn't read it out loud. $27 million and 500 waves. And anyways, back to the Resident Evil thing I've been trying to get through. After having watched the speed run of dodging everything and the speed run of killing everything, and the difference being roughly 2.5 hours, I think it's maybe 2 hours and like 15 minutes. I now understand why, as a kid, it was so hard to actually kill everything and actually beat the game in under 3 hours. And it's simply because, like, it takes so much time to kill all the monsters versus just running around them. That was the really long point I was trying to get to. And I finally made it there. And we did it, guys. We got to the point. It took me all stream, but we made it to the point I was trying to make. And then I was simultaneously disappointed that there was no speed run with an infinite rocket launcher. I was disappointed by that. Because that's how we played the game. Hey, Leaf, how you doing? Well, Leaf, do you have the, like, what paid things do you have? Because your success with that will depend a lot on... Oh no, Maria's leaving us. I didn't give up, Glenn. That was my whole point I was trying to get. Thank you, Sar. That was my whole point, is I didn't realize how much time it took to kill all the monsters in Resident Evil, and that's why I could never get it under 3 hours until I had the rocket launcher, because the rocket launcher, the hacked rocket launcher we got from Game Shark, actually made it so that killing all the monsters is very, very quick because you had the rocket launcher, and you also didn't really have to pick up ammo at that point. I mean, we did pick up a little bit of ammo, like I think we grabbed like the bazooka, because we always played as Jill. We never played as Chris. We always played as Jill because Jill got the lockpick and Jill had the extra 2 inventory slots. Something that, like, I don't understand. And one of my criticisms of the game, and I'm saying this all really fast because I want to get this out of me, because this has been bottled up inside of me since last night, is that I don't understand how a key can take up the same amount of space as a rocket launcher, like in your inventory. You know, that's one of the things that, like, in retrospect, like, as a kid, it didn't bug me. But as an adult, it's like, how does this person not have a keychain? Put the keys on the keychain. But good night, Maria, and rest well and happy farming. But I mean, what I mean, Leafy, is do you have the ad-free bonus? Do you have the 2x bonus? Do you have the 3x bonus? That's more what I was getting at. With 11x coins, I'm assuming you've purchased the 2x, 3x, and ad-free. But that is an assumption. Yes, Gail, did you not watch? Gail, you didn't watch today's episode? Gail, I put an episode out just for you. Gail, did you not see the... Gail, I'm going to have to link you to the episode. Oh my God, Gail, Gail, I talked about it in the episode. You didn't remember, Gail. You're breaking my heart, Gail. In the episode, specifically about halfway through the episode, right before I talk about Little Tower, I show you the ultimate weapon draws I got on everybody, and it was Spotlight, Golden Tower, and Chain Lightning, but I didn't pick Chain Lightning on Tower 6. Tower 6 does not need Chain Lightning. And I specifically talked about how Tower 5 got Golden Tower, and that we were all very happy about that. And I just feel like you ignore me now, Gail, and it makes me very sad. Like, I put that in the episode, Gail, just for you. Because... No, you don't! No, you don't remember, because you just mentioned it! Don't lie to me, Gail. Just admit. Just admit you forgot. It's okay. You're allowed to forget. Don't lie to me. Don't be like the girl who's like, I wash my hands every third time I go to the bathroom. Yeah, well, I need Chain Lightning too in real life. I think I could do a lot with that. Thank you, Gail. I appreciate you being honest instead of trying to gaslight me like you remembered to something you just admitted you forgot. Honesty is underrated in our society today. Anyways, that was my big revelation about Resident Evil. And the guy who was doing the kill run was very efficient with the kill run. I don't know what I would do with Chain Lightning. I would be first surprised that I could call on the elements. Then I would probably charge myself up with Chain Lightning. I mean, I'm assuming I can do that. Well, Gail, it's a mystery to all of us, too. Gail, have you ever done a neurological test? Well, no, the doctor administrates it to you, Gail. You don't administrate it. You're not. I'm not asking if you're a doctor. This is a test. Like, you take the test. Leafy got what I was going after. I don't believe Gail is. I don't know what Gail. Gail, what are you? Gail, tell us what you are. I'm a computer scientist. That's why I'm bad at video games. Yeah, but Gail, when we're talking profession, like, what was your profession? Or what is your profession? Gail, you never fail to make me laugh, I'll say that. Really? You used to do pest control? But Gail, you didn't ask. Gail, why didn't you answer my question? What is your profession? Like, what did you do for a living? Oh, well, good luck with real estate. I mean, well, why'd you quit if it was good money? Oh, that's right, Gail. You were a stay-at-home mother. Wait, what's Pappy's job then? And how are you overcharging people, Leafy? He built Windows? So you would sell something for 25,000. You would walk away with 3,500. And then, well, yeah, but you got to realize that Gail, you're married to Bill Gates? So they're making like off that sale. They were making 2,100. You're not literally. Well, are you figuratively married to Bill Gates? Man, that's really good, Leafy. But you have to realize if they give a 5-year warranty and it takes $7,000 to do the job, and they have to pay everybody, and they have to pay the taxes in the company and stuff like that. So I used to think things were a ripoff too. And really, like, a 2 to 3x margin on a job like that is really not really a ripoff. It seems like a ripoff when you look at it like that, but when you consider paying everybody involved and paying the taxes and paying this and all this other stuff, it's really not that much of a... It's not really not a ripoff because of all the other things. Especially when you have a warranty for 5 years. Yeah, it seems like a high margin, but, you know... Everything like that's a high margin because they have to come out to the house. Wait, so you're telling me... Wait a second, that... What? Wait, that includes your commission? So you're telling me they were able to sell something that without your commission cost $3,500 for $25,000? If so, that's a lot more impressive. And that is kind of a ripoff. Because that goes from a 3x multiplier to a 7.1x multiplier, that is in ripoff territory. Almost everything is sold at like twice what it costs to make because of all the people you have to pay between the supply chain usually. Which does make it seem like a ripoff in comparison. That basically your thing costs, you know, $5 to make, but you have to pay $10 to make it, but that extra $5 pays for transportation, logistics, warehousing. Oh, well, okay, then, yeah, I guess that is a ripoff. Oh, he worked for Window World! I remember Window World! Does Window World still exist? Oh, I guess it does. Well, I could defend a 2 to 3x multiplier. I can't defend a 7x multiplier. A 7x multiplier absolutely is a ripoff. Like, yeah, paying paying $25,000 for what is effectively 20 hours of 20 man hours of work is about is not even including supplies. Let's say the supplies are let's say like the supplies for this is like 1,000, right? So you're paying for 20 hours of work. You're basically paying for labor like $1,000 an hour, and the people doing the labor are making like 15 an hour. That is kind of silly. Are they going to be 19 years old, Gail? I didn't know the iPhone was finally legal. Oh, guys, you know what this means, right? Dr. Disrespect can no longer use an iPhone. I had to. It was right there, guys. I had to take the shot. What do you mean so, Glenn? That was funny to me. Do I have to explain the whole thing that happened with Dr. Disrespect? So Dr. Disrespect had a controversy where he was saying inappropriate things to somebody who was under the age of 18. So the joke is that the iPhone is now over the age of 18, so he can't use it anymore. At least Leafy got it. At least you got it, Leafy. I'm sorry, that's a terrible joke, but I had to, it was right there. You think, why would Alexa be jealous of Siri? Thanks, Glenn. It was like the other... Yeah, it does kind of lose a spark, but I mean, I just had to. It was first thing... Only because, like, Glenn, you probably didn't see this. Like, it was the streaming awards, like... It was like the 3rd annual streaming awards when all this came out about Dr. Disrespect, right? And what QT Cinderella says, she goes, well, in 12 years, we'll have to worry about Dr. Disrespect in our DMs. And that's just finding out the iPhone is that old. It's like, oh, the iPhone's legal now? Well, Dr. Disrespect can't use it. I still can't believe that he admitted it. That's right, Gail, because they're legal now. Thank you, Gail. Yeah, that's the joke, yeah. Because there was a whole thing where there was a whole thing where allegedly Dr. Disrespect was chatting with somebody who was underage, and said and said inappropriate things to the underage person. This was all like rumors, like nobody had confirmed this, Glenn. Then he came out and admitted it, but admitted that while she was under 18, she was legal based on the age of consent from wherever she was from. So, your math is as good as my math on that one. Why wouldn't the Alexa Plus the game be around that long, Gail? Are you going to abandon your imagination? Yeah, the AOC is, like, I used to actually be really aware of the age of consent when I was at dating age, because it was actually important when, and again, when I mean at dating age, I'm talking when I was 18, because when I was 18 and 19, it was very important to know what interactions were legal and what interactions were not illegal. Okay? And so I used to know, like, the age of consent, because, like, my brother was also very, like, told me about the age of consent and all this, because there was a whole website that laid it all out. And the age of consent in every different where, because in case we left the state to go to a different state, the age of consent could be different in the other state. And so it was like, and let me be real with you, I was 18 and 19 years old. I was not traveling to another state for anything like that. That was... But I don't know. I think part of it too was it was like the internet, and we were adults, and there was a website, so we told everybody about it. Because it used to be like in some place, like at least this was the fear I was told, that if you were 18 and she was 17, it could be illegal in certain places because you're of age and she's not. Now most places have what's called Romeo and Juliet laws. And so, but that's why I was so aware of that stuff as a kid. Oh, when I was dating. Yeah, nowadays, like when we get into age of consent math, which is really, you know, you can only really be doing age of consent math when you're around the age of 18, 19, okay? You shouldn't really be doing age of consent math if you're older than 19. That, yeah, certain states it's okay for 18 and 16, because really that's like a senior and somebody who's a sophomore, which is really, you know, I don't think it's that's a, you know, 2 years apart, you know. Like Florida, I think it is like I don't remember, but I think it's like 23 and 16 is like the limit. We have a weird Romeo and Juliet law here. Why can't you predict the future, Gail? Well, I mean, it would be really helpful if you could. But, like... But again, I forget how old Dr. Disrespect when all this was happening. Because I want to say... Oh, he's 43 years old. So this happened, I think, 2016. So, 2016, that would make him, like, 34. So at 34, you really shouldn't be doing age of consent math. He was born in 82. Apparently March 10th, 1982. So really, when you're in your 30s, you shouldn't be doing age of consent math anymore. But I still feel like it's wild that he even admitted that, because that, like, I don't understand. But he made a comeback and everything, so, I mean, I guess it's fine. Yeah, he's 43. He was 34 at the time all this happened. So he was 34 and I believe this happened in 2016. So he was 34 when it happened. And at 34, you shouldn't be doing age of consent math. It varies. Some people, like, for example, I would say that Kanye is actually, or Ye, or whatever his name. Oh, thanks, Gems. Thank you. Thank you, Snake. Appreciate it, man. I would say, for sure, some people do get canceled. Like I think Ye is canceled. He lost, like, so many deals and sponsorships and stuff like that. He's still around, but, you know, it's not... He's not as nearly as relevant as he could have been if he shut his mouth, right? And didn't act like insane. And I really feel like what happened... I got him. I got their gems. It's a little delayed. I got him, though. I really feel what happened with Ye is that his mom died, and he just hasn't been able to handle her death correctly. That doesn't excuse what he's doing, but I think it's important to understand what is likely the cause of his decline. You know? And I hope that he gets help, you know, because he needs mental health. And I do think that like, people can redeem themselves. That's true. But I do feel like what's in people's hearts can change, Fuzzy. I do feel like there are... And I know this because of experiences I've had, right? When I was a teenager, I used to... I wouldn't say I got directly caught in the funnel. What do you mean? Some people can change. Not everybody can change. I changed. I know that I remember when I was... That's not... I don't entirely agree with that. And I mean, I can speak from experience here. When I was a teenager, I didn't know about these radicalization funnels. I mean, okay, but I don't believe that's universally true for everybody, though. I feel like there's got to be a certain amount of people, and I don't know what percentage it is, some of those people will not go back in the cold again. Granted, and it depends what you mean by you put them in that environment, because if you put somebody in that environment, flipping might be a survival instinct. But I do believe there's certain people out there who have said, and again, I know this because I went through this, right? When I was a teenager, I didn't understand the radicalization funnels and stuff like that on the internet. And fortunately for me, they were a lot more primitive back then. And, you can change your traits if you want to. That's the basis behind cognitive behavioral therapy. Is that if you change how you look at things in life, that you will change how you react to things in life, and it will change who you are. Now, there might be you might be able to only do that to a certain degree, but I do believe there are people that have been radicalized, that have been, and I wouldn't say even got radicalized, I would just say I was exposed to a lot of racist stuff that I didn't understand why the racism was as bad as I do as an adult. And I think a lot of it was because I was a teenager, and being edgy as a teenager is cool, and rejecting boundaries as a teenager is just like a thing teenagers do. And as an adult, I see that it was other adults that were trying to get me to think a certain way. And then eventually, like, I got out of that environment, and I know better. I'll say this, Fuzzy. And I'm probably going to say this wrong. But if you're a teenager and you don't feel like you have a lot going for you in life, and somebody tells you that you're special because of an ethnic trait that you possess, that it's easy for you to latch onto that even if you aren't having any success in the rest of your life. And that's what I feel like a lot of these organizations, organization is really doing a lot of work there. But I feel like that's what a lot of those organizations do. And I do believe if you take somebody that's been exposed to that and educate them on what they're going through, that at least some people will say, oh, now I understand why that is wrong. And now I understand why these norms that I was trying to be edgy and reject shouldn't be rejected. And now I understand this. I do think there are people that you can de-radicalize. I mean, yeah, Penguin, that's a tale as old as time, too. Blame somebody else for your problems, and then you're not at fault, and... Well, it wasn't really a crowd, it was more like propaganda. It was propaganda-ish. Because it wasn't like explicit propaganda, but it was propaganda-like stuff. Because it was basically jokes and, you know, jokes and stuff like that to try to enforce an ideology. But, like, I do feel like, again, not everybody, but I do feel like some people can get help and can get better. And the key thing is they have to want to get better, though. If you don't want to get better, like, nobody's going to get better if they don't want to get better. But, like, I do believe some people can actually get better. Yeah, there is a vulnerability even leaving a cult before you can actually, reassert yourself too. And usually getting into a cult means you're in a vulnerable state. And people flip through these states in their lives all the time. Like, for example, and I watch this channel called Innuendo Studios or something like that. No, I understand, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like people can change. I do feel like people can change. And I feel like a lot of racism, what a lot of racism really stems from, is that certain people are not exposed to people of a different race in a situation where they can actually realize that they're no different than they are. And I think that's, like, a lot of people, like, if you lived in a town where there was only ever white people and you've never seen anybody else, and you're a white person and you've never met anybody else of another race, I feel like it's a lot easier for you to be racist than if you lived in a town where you saw all different kinds of people and you interacted and had positive interactions with people of all different ethnicities. I think you would see that in a multi-ethnic society like that it would be much harder for you to have... I mean, it would be much harder for people to be racist in general. I mean, I'm sure there would still be racists, like... You're not going to eliminate racism, but I would say the percentage is smaller because they'd be like, oh, well, you know, I know so-and-so and he's of this ethnicity and like, he's a good guy. Like, you know, I don't know. I just do believe that some people can change and can be redeemed. And I'm not saying that Yi is that person one way or another, but I mean, I feel like if Yi actually wanted to get better and wanted to, you know... And again, he would have to actually want it, that he could change. But he would have to want to change. And that's, I think, what the thing we're missing, is he would have to want to change. And there's a reality where he doesn't want to change. The who? And I feel like I'll say this. I feel like rich people are... Oh. I will say this. I feel like it's harder for rich people to want to change because their terrible actions are the consequences of their terrible actions are insulated by their wealth, right? Like, there's no reality where Kanye is going to become, or Ye, or whatever his name is going to become homeless, where he actually hits rock bottom and questions his choices, right? He will always have enough money where I don't think that's ever going to happen to him unless, like, something ridiculous happens. But I will always open the door that he could want to change and really want to get better and actually get better, and there is I will never close that possibility, because there's been examples of people who have done extremely heinous things and they literally spend the rest of their lives advocating how not to fall for these kind of things. Yeah, good night, Glenn. Happy farming. Well, I'd rather have hope. It is going to snow, Gale. Not for me, though. I just want to... I want to believe in hope. I'd rather be hope than be like, well, certain people are irredeemable. I'd always rather choose hope. And hope that things get better. And hope that, like, things change. I always go for hope. Maybe that's, like, you can say that's really naive of me, and that's very fair. Yeah, well, please like the stream, guys, even though today's got a little sidetracked. I mean, and that's what I'm saying, New. Like, some people aren't going to change, and that's... Yeah, I get that. I did. So the point of my story, Fuzzy, was that the speed run of Resident Evil... Was it Benjamin Franklin? Because I know, like, I've seen people... Like, for example, I remember the story of... There's a group out there... And what they do is they remove racist tattoos for free. I don't remember how I saw this, but they were a tattoo removal group that removed racist tattoos. And I remember seeing this woman who went there to get her. She had some very racist tattoos on her body, and she went to. Well, yeah, you can't just hope. You have to actually try to be the change you can be in the world. But she actually went and got her tattoos removed, and she was so thankful because she thought she was forever tainted with these horrendously racist marks on her body, and she wasn't that person anymore. And so, like, I do feel like some people like to just blanketly say that nobody can be redeemed. I just hate that, because certainly some people can be. Some people might not be. I agree that some people are just, like, you can look at, what's his name? Albert Fish. I think his name was Albert Fish. He, like, killed 8 children, right? And he never expressed remorse or anything. Yeah, I don't think he could have been redeemed. He was an absolute monster. But not everybody is that level of monster. I didn't know that about Benjamin Franklin. That's a really cool story, though. I'm reading real quick. What are you choosing, Gale? How did you get algae? Anyways, this topic's too heavy. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But yes, I made my point about the Resident Evil game, which basically my point about the Resident Evil game was because of the extra health. Oh, I didn't know you ate algae powder. What does algae powder have in it? I didn't even know they made the monster stronger in the North America version of Resident Evil. Long box edition. Yeah, well, I got the rocket launcher, and then it was... And then we were hit... The game was a lot more fun with the rocket launcher, Sar. That was really where I was going with. Like, a game that was scary was not nearly as scary when I had a rocket launcher with unlimited ammo. Really? I mean, in video games, weapons are the solution to make me feel more powerful. Hey, Just, how you doing? So, Just, that kind of depends on a lot of, like, what wave are you getting to in Tier 1? Because until you're getting... So, really, if you have the battle history, what you would do is just look at the battle history. Let me find one over here. And if you're wondering... I am very American. And if you're wondering, it also depends just, like, what bonuses do you have? Because you're going to farm Tier 1 for a while regardless, because it's the easiest tier. But, it depends on what kind of bonuses you have. And there's also, let me give you the easy thing. The easiest way to do this is there is this calculator at the tower.tools. And it's called What Tier Should I Farm? And if you're really not sure, you just fill this out. And it's a lot easier to fill this out now with the battle history. We didn't used to have a battle history. So if you fill that out, it will tell you what tier you should farm. But depending on where you are in the game, you're probably going to be farming Tier 1 for a long time. It doesn't really make sense to go up another tier until you can get around 6,000 waves in the new tier you're farming. What happened to his brother? Oh, he fell from a horse. And it suggested that that Nicola might have caused the accident. Ooh. I only remember learning about Tesla because of the History Channel. He fell off the horse, man. Sadly, he didn't get back up. Yeah, he allegedly. I mean, what? Oh. Yeah, he allegedly had visions. Well, he fell in love with pigeons. He was basically, at the end of his life, he was, gems. He was feeding the pigeons, I believe, in New York City and trying to commune with them. Well, then I would be very confused how I missed a tournament, Gale, because I stream all the tournaments. It would be a tragedy of the utmost tragedy that I missed a tournament. I could never forgive myself, Gale. Because it would mean I also not only did I miss a tournament, I missed a stream. And how could I forgive myself if I missed a stream? I would just melt. What did I get my things up to? Let's see. Core is level 10. What is that? What is my assist mod up to? Oh, okay. We got a 31%. Okay. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. I need to actually go get something for dinner. I know, big surprise. I need to go get dinner, and I woke up at like 4 o'clock, so, I haven't really been up that long, but I need to get dinner. But once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day. Good night, everybody. I would have to make a post, Gail, about it. I would have to make a post about it. I'm glad you didn't miss your tournament, Gail. Let's keep the streak alive. All right, good night, everybody. Thank you for watching, and happy farming, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget, creator code Zaerdin.